A inflação nos Estados Unidos atinge a taxa mais alta em 40 anos, diluindo o poder de compra da população. O Banco Central americano aposta na elevação da taxa de juros para tentar conter a alta de preços. Saiba mais na reportagem da correspondente Eloá Orazem, do Brasil de Fato.
Nos Estados Unidos não falta emprego, mas falta dinheiro. Com a inflação acima de 8%, a maior dos últimos 40 anos, os trabalhadores americanos tiveram seu poder de compra reduzido, pressionando toda a economia nacional.
One of the things that's really unique about the current inflationary environment is just how different it is from where we were a year ago. And so it's changed in a couple ways. First and foremost, we've moved away from inflation affecting certain discrete pandemic-specific sectors. You can think about used cars, for example. That was really a driver of inflation early on. And over time, a growing share of categories have started to experience the same type of inflation that was originally felt by just a few. That's a function of a few different drivers. So we have supply chain disruptions, again, that started off with affecting a small share of the economy, and increasingly it's broadened to affect a wider swath. And then we've also got, the war in Ukraine pushed a lot of prices higher, particularly on the energy and commodity side of things, and that's spreading to gas and food prices.
Sem poupar nada nem ninguém, a inflação elevou em mais de 5% os preços dos aluguéis, em 10% os valores dos supermercados, em 12% o preço dos carros usados e em 10% as etiquetas de móveis e itens para casa. Isso faz com que os americanos repensem sua lista de compra, optando por marcas e itens mais baratos. A situação é tão dramática que 56% da população dos Estados Unidos não tem reservas para arcar com uma despesa de emergência de $1.000 ou mais. Isso mostra que a alta dos preços afeta principalmente os mais pobres.
I do think people experience inflation differentially. Of course they do. And so for any individual, the inflation rate that you're experiencing depends on the basket of goods that you buy. I would say, though, that, at least this time with inflation, there's a big rise, everyone has noticed, in gasoline prices. And there's been a very big rise in food prices. And rich or poor, we all spend a certain amount of money on food. It's a necessity. And, gasoline for transportation purposes, it's pretty much a necessity. I mean, you can substitute away from it, but and so these are goods that if those prices go up, they impact the less wealthy much more than the wealthy, because the lower income individuals spend more of their income on food and on energy, especially gasoline.
Para tentar controlar a inflação, o Fed, o Banco Central dos Estados Unidos, usa a velha técnica de aumentar a taxa básica de juros. Em março, o reajuste foi de 0,25 pontos percentuais, a primeira alta desde 2018. Para alguns especialistas, a resposta do órgão federal foi tardia. Com o aumento da taxa básica de juros, o acesso ao crédito fica mais caro, pressionando novamente todo o sistema financeiro. O remédio para a inflação é bastante amargo, sobretudo para quem ganha menos e precisa arcar com empréstimos e financiamentos mais salgados.
Over the course of the next year, I would expect to see inflation slowly but surely start to stabilize and in fact fall eventually. That's going to be a feature of a lot of different things, some policy, some geopolitical. And that in turn should provide additional price stability for companies as they're thinking about expanding later this year and early next year. So I view that all as a pretty positive development, but it's really going to be very tumultuous, very uncertain in the near term.